Namaste, welcome. I'm JC Yogi, and today, guess what? I'm in France. It's one of the retreat I run with my good sister, lovely sister of mine, and she was my first teacher. And we co-teach together in this retreat, and I normally cook as well on this retreat. So I'm taking a little time off my kitchen to come on my mat after driving from England to France, which is about 4 hours, roughly door to door, 4.5 hours. So obviously you feel like a little stiff, and I just had a shower, and I'm really ready to stretch myself after being seated in the car, even though I took a little break, between. But it's always hard, being in that car, obviously, move just like literally just a little bit leg working. So this is gonna be like a 20 minutes practice, 25 minutes maximum, just to stretch those hamstring, quads, stretch the shoulders, stretch the back. So you need 2 blocks in one belt. Coming slowly into a seated upright position, coming to chin mudra, thumb, index finger lightly touch at the tip, palms facing upward. Eyes can be closed if possible, or half open or fully open, as long as we are upright position. You might hear a little cow in here, it's beautiful in the morning. You might hear sometimes cutting the lawn as well, just to assure you this is nothing major, but other than that, it's super, super quiet. It's a great place for being mindful, being present, and to be connected as well to nature. It's a shame the weather is raining. At some point I will record videos from outside on the lawn because it's one of my favorite spots, and there's one spot by the lake as well. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. And as you become aware of that breath, become aware of how you feel at this moment, preparing yourself for the practice. And keeping the soft Ujjayi pranayama, I'm going to turn ourselves into all 4 tabletops. So come off the seated, I'm going to move the cushion from underneath me. When I come to tabletop, we start with a few stretches of cat-cow. Tuck the toes, exhale around your back, draw the chin to the chest. Inhale, expand and open. Nice and slow movement. Oh, my back already feeling the stretch after being in the car. Good, and again, a few more times. Exhale, inhale. Good, 3 more. 2 more. And then last one. And gently come to downward dog. Take your hands slightly forward, your toes already have come there, lift your knees, and then you can always start by gently pedaling. So notice again as the hips feel. I like to move side to side, and then carefully start to open up to the back. And then take your knees, your feet as wide as your mat, and then pulse down like a frog dog fall. Pulse towards your thigh and back up. Good, and one more time. When it comes to functional forward bend, you walk your hands back. You're on the back of your mat roughly, or wherever you are, as wide as your mat. Lengthen, you bend your knee like a squat, not as deep. Walk your hand forward, draw the chin to the chest, and then keep pushing the weight onto your heel, firing up the quads. Oh, feel my hamstring really want to stretch from here. My back getting longer. Neck is long. If you find it difficult to be on the floor, get a blocks, or simply rest your hand on the shin bone like this. It's always good. I just like to get deeper in the pose because I know I've done it so many times and I know my body needs it. All this hamstring. Then slide your hand on the top of the thigh and then carefully come back up and slowly reach out. So I'll be in the middle of your mat, facing sideways so you can see my body. The same form with my feet as well as your mat. This is where little hinge, core engage, sweep your arms forward, connect the tip of the fingers together, elbows bent. Good, and then keep reaching out in front, not down to the earth, keep reaching back with your hips. Arms forward, hips back. It's a very kind of one of the functional anatomy pose. And I'm looking down just to get my neck as long. I'm getting length into my spine. Please make sure your core engage. And then the more you reach out, the same as a functional forward fold, but your hands up in front of you and down to the floor. and another like little less than knee bend. Then separate your hands, sweep your arms by your side, and reach them up to the sky. Catch your left wrist. Look at the flags above me, and then crescent right. Good. Come back center. Catch your right wrist with your left hand, and a crescent always to the left. Come back center and release. I'm going to go aside. We're going to go into a gate pose. We're going to really open up the shoulders. So from all four, step your right foot over to the right. Flatten up your four corners of your foot. Reach your arms forward. And then like doing a downward dog on one knee. This is your gate. Breathing in. Breathing out. Then from here, this is where we get into the shoulders. Your left hand thread underneath all the way. Now you're going to lift your right heel and I'm going to roll a little bit more on my left shoulder. Oh, it feels so good on my lower back. If you need a maybe blanket under your left shoulders. Good, inhale here. And exhale. So my heel coming off lightly, but I want to find level between the two. I don't want to tip over. Just slowly lower the heel down, push. I'm going to take your hand all the way over to the left. Breathing in and soften the ribs and draw back. You can hear the bird already start to sing. Good. Walk the hand back and let's switch side. So your left foot over to the side gate. Make sure four corners engaged. Draw your hips back lightly. Walk your hand forward. Soften the ribs. And oh, my back feels so good in that stretch. So this is the elongation of the spine. I'm going to go into a little bit flexion, that's all. When the right hand sweep towards the foot, lower your shoulders first, drop the head. Then lift your heel on your left foot and you roll more. I look up sometimes, if the neck okay, or look towards the right hand. Either way, the more you roll on that right shoulder, this is a flexion of your spine. Please remind you, your core engaged. Has to be engaged to get that open. Good, breath by breath. Good, slowly lower the heel, push your left hand, and then walk your both hand over to the right, and soften and drop. Good, walk your hand back, and then coming into all four one more time. I'm going to take the two blocks or the bricks side by side like this. I'm going to turn my palms open like a pinch of Virasana form or dolphin. As you spread those fingers, squeeze the blocks, lift your hips up. Keep that core engaged. Sometimes you bend your knees, absolutely okay. Getting those shoulders to open. Your head ideally off the ground, and the more you draw your hips up, or the more your chest go down, equally you're pressing the outer edge of your hand onto those blocks. I can feel the open of my shoulders, the engagement on my core, the lengthening of my spine and my hamstring. Open up, release the knee down. Keep the two bricks out of side. Bring the right foot forward. Come up to standing, hip width apart with your feet. Kind of come to pyramid form. Lengthen the spine, engage your quads. So we're going to try to lengthen through the hips. Shoulders, elongate your spine. Push on your right heel, lift your toes off your right foot. And I don't want to fall, I want to keep the spine long. Then lift your left heel. And then you draw the left knee forward, you draw your right hip back, and that might happen. You start to fold in. You may bring the blocks closer, it depends on your hamstring. I like to go onto my forearm to get that deep right hamstring stretch. Your left foot should be on fire because that's supporting you. Good, inhale. Lower the toe on your right foot down. Walk your hand forward. Lift the left leg up like you know warrior 3. Square those hips, lengthen. Then this is where we fold. Your maybe hands to the floor. To round your back, you're still watching what's happened to your left foot. point your toes. And start to open the left hip like you do in Ardha Chandrasana. While you're falling, drop your hip down. Open, close. I like this to release my lower back after driving. Then open up, push your heel. Walk your hand onto the blocks to lengthen. Slightly forward. Then breathing in. Kick your left heel back. So again, the same like Ardha Chandrasana. I'm releasing the left arm. I'm really stabilized to open the left hip. Core engage. And then get that left leg as far as you can. Then you slowly drop the left knee behind your right knee. So directly behind. So that foot turns slightly over to the right. My right hand come in. And then very carefully, I'm going to flip the knee back. And then you start to feel this engagement. One more time, hands to floor. And fold towards the right leg. Good, release your right hand down. Release your left leg back. I'm going to take it into a falling split. So you're going to have a little bit longer stance. Rock on your right heel. Left heel is off the ground. Then you fold in. Similar to what we had your heel on the ground earlier, but this time, this is where I resemble the split. Again, equally, you can come onto your forearms blocks or stay up. This is where we get flexion to your spine. So I'm rounding, rounding, rounding to get that deep hamstring. Oh, I can feel again that hamstring super tight. Because when you drive a long distance, you know, you only, especially if you have a gear car, you're only using the right foot a lot. So this is my right side feeling tight because of the accelerator. And then you remove it, you know. So the same if you have an automatic car, I guess. Lower the toe down, rebend the right knee, push on the blocks, step your left foot forward. Inhale to half Ardha Uttanasana or half forward fold. Exhale to Uttanasana. And then inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. One more time. Inhale. And on the exhale, step your right leg back. This time your leg length apart maybe. Lengthen the spine, pyramid, engage. And this isn't my body, this is my usually harder side actually. Tighter left hamstring. You can again see I'm not folding, I'm going to keep as much as I can upright position. I'm firing up that left hip and engage your core, otherwise my back will feel. Already it feels a little bit because I've been seated a lot. So, walk your hand forward. We'll go back to this in a moment. Lift the right leg, square the hips. Square, square, square. Then this is where we fold towards the left leg. When you fold, you point your toes back, open the right hip, and then lower. Open and lower. And open as you fold. Then kick the right leg over to the left, and then fold in towards the left leg. Good, inhale. Then you bring the right knee behind your left knee and kick it over towards the left. So your left hand in there ready. You flip the right knee back. And then you fold gently towards the left leg. I'll tell you why I left the other one earlier, but I did, you know why in a moment. Inhale. Good, release the left hand, then release your right leg. Bring the blocks closer, dorsal flex on your left foot, firing up, start to bend the right knee, and then fold again. Choose whether onto your forearm, whether you stay up. Good, nice. Oh, again, my hamstring. Push on the blocks, step your right leg more backward. Inhale, this is your falling split. Similar, but your right leg straight, left leg straight. Again, either then deep, deep flexion. Good, push on the blocks, lower your left toe. The reason like this, I want to turn towards you into wide-legged Parasrita Padottanasana. So your toes turning inward. I'm using the block underneath my heart. lengthen, push the hips back, and then I walk the hands slightly forward, like a downward dog, draw the ribs back, core engage, have the arm bone back as much as you can to get that lengthen. Oh, I can feel again now my back, my hamstring open up, inhale. Then keep the blocks there, release either if the forearm doesn't go to the floor, bring the blocks with you. I'm taking one forearm in front and pushing down, lifting the hips up. Then the right hand goes to the left leg. I'm going to shoulder the stance to get my left hand into my right kind of calves. Pull into center and fold. Then I'm going to take the right hand from behind to the front to pull, again, shoulders opening. Weight onto your heel. Good, bend the knees. Release your hand, come in gently halfway. Shift weight to the right, shift weight to the left. Keep the spine long. And I'm going to take the stance a little bit wide. I'm going to go into Skandasana from here. And then shift my weight to my right knee. Left toes come up, Skandasana. Lower the toe, Skandasana on your left side. So my hand always in the center. As I shift weight, my hamstring stretch. And again, good, one more. Oh, on each side. Come back, center, lengthen, the blocks are already there if they need them. Extend your arms out. Draw the chin in, push those hips back. And breathe. Good, walk the hand with the blocks a little bit closer, walk your feet in. And then very, very slowly coming back to Tadasana and then Ardha Uttanasana into Uttanasana. I'm just taking the blocks slightly wider so you can see when I fold in. One more time. Fold. Push your feet into the ground. Reach up to the sky. And hand into Anjali Mudra to the heart center. So that's going to complete this practice today because really I want it to be about, like say, 20 minutes maximum. So really good fix for the hamstring, for my back start to feel. Please keep watching out. There will be some more video going to come out soon. And some also video from cooking as well. So thank you so much for taking the time to practice. You can do some practice on the floor. You can do some practice on your back, practice on your belly and so on. Just to combine. It's like a very kind of like a practice all about standing, releasing, quick one. Namaste and peace. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. And I'll see you soon.